Yeah, Nick's played really good defense, especially when you consider he's just a freshman. It's really amazing, the motor he has defensively and the kind of he was well coached in high school, obviously, but really has a great motor and really takes pride in it. And but it's been a total team effort. Obviously, Abdul has a big presence because of his athleticism with that kind of size and the way he's able to hedge ball screens. I mean, we're playing ball screens, as I talked about early in the year, differently this year, more aggressively. And there's a lot more rotations involved, consequently. And, our guys have handled that well and learned that well. And, we're a year stronger, we're a year older, so that's helped as well. But our length inside, able to block shots. Just watching the film from the last game, that affected our opponent in the second half. Just kind of looking for Abdul, looking for Eric, and you have two shot blockers in there sometimes at the same time, and that's that's a positive for us.
I think it's really enthused though when he plays with a lot of passion, communicates pretty well. You think
Yeah.
you guys got that off that so far this year?
Yeah, he has fun. I mean, he has fun competing and takes pride in playing really hard and loves when others make plays. And, like taking charges. I mean, he's taken more charges than the rest of the team combined. And, I mentioned that to our team. It's like, he got one again in the last game. And it says a lot about his toughness. But, again, to be that dialed in as a freshman defensively is really spectacular. I can't think in my career of a lot of other freshmen that are that good defensively as a freshman that I've had or I've seen over the last 30-plus years in coaching.
But obviously Eric's a lot more aggressive and a lot more productive on offense this year. In the offseason, was it just about him working more on his shot or changing his shot or what?
I think he's put the time in. He put a lot of time in working on his perimeter shot. I think he's better in the post. We spent more time with him working on his post game, and he's done a better job of getting on the offensive glass. A lot of his points that he's getting right now are related to getting second shot opportunities. He had 6 in the first half in our last game, and that's about him being in better shape and being able to go every time. And he's doing a good job on the offensive glass, in particular at the offensive end of the floor.
Where is Thatcher kind of health-wise? Obviously, he played late in the second half of the
Yeah, he's missing that time is always tough. When you miss 8, 9, 10 days in a row, 11, whatever it was, he's working to get back. And he says his ankle is good now, so that's the good news. And, they're competing for playing time, and I'm sure he's going to play very important minutes for us as this season progresses.
Is it more about getting into game shape than it is the ankle?
Pardon me?
Is it more about him getting into game shape than it is the ankle?
Yeah, and just getting back into a rhythm of playing, and but he I think is getting better in terms of his conditioning and that. Anytime you miss 10 days, 12 days, where you can't do a whole lot, you get on the machines and all that, but it's not the same as running the floor.
Going back to the defense, y'all have been one of the best in the nation at forcing turnovers consistently. Do you attribute that to being more aggressive on the ball?
Yeah, but I also think it's just we've been better patiently. Now, you remember early on when we were in the exhibition season, we were getting too stretched out. And, the way we're playing the ball screens, we were easy to attack. So we've done a better job at keeping our defense more compact. And really, I think one of the best things is everybody's doing a better job at being help side, reacting to the ball, rotating. Even when someone's beat, we're just much more – my assistants have done a good job at that, really emphasizing it every day in practice. And that's been, I think, a big part of why we're better defensively. We have better team defensive concepts and are really focused on helping each other at all times.
Well, you seen that Little Rock, what you said in Arkansas, Little Rock?
Yeah, I just watched their last game against Sam Houston where they could have won on the road. It went down to the wire, and they actually had a shot. They're a young team. They've got some really good young players. I really like their freshman guards. Corcoran and Lottie are both really good players. The kid Jones, number 1's an outstanding athlete. And they're well coached. He does a good job. And he'll be coming back here where he was an assistant coach, and obviously he was really close to IJ. And, was involved in the recruitment back when Q was recruited here, and so they'll be motivated. Oliver Black's coming back, who started his career here, so they're a team that has some athletes.
Other than obviously getting wins this week, what do you want to see from your team before the Christmas break? What do you want to get accomplished this week?
We want to keep getting better. Like, we're going to see predominantly zone again tomorrow, and we want to keep. I thought the first half we attacked the zone so much better than the previous game at Cincinnati, and this will be a 3-2 zone, a little different, is what they run. They'll be in a press, but we've got to keep growing at the offensive end, being patient. And you can see, like, we scored a lot of points in the last game on 64 shots or whatever it was. 66 shots, a lot of points because we shot a high percentage, especially in the second half. And just being patient, letting the game come to us offensively and to keep growing defensively as a group.
What will say about the character of the team bouncing back from the Cincinnati loss?
Yeah, that was important. And I tell you what, that first half, I watched it again yesterday. It was they had a 1-point lead with 4 minutes and 44 seconds left. It was right there. That game, when you think about that they were up one with 4:44 to go in the first half, lets you know that the game was a very competitive game till we broke it open in the second half, and it was tough. I'm glad our guys hung in there.
Football is going to have its first ever early signing day tomorrow. How is that beneficial, for you in basketball to have an early signing day?
Well, we went through this years ago. I think it's way better than waiting till the end. That's my personal opinion. I think that especially for those coaches, and with bowl season, I can't relate to that, how they're having to do this and then still get ready for bowls. Our early signing periods before our season begins, which I like even more. If I were football, I'd want to have the early signing period, back in August. But, the thing it's done is it's made us a year-round sport where, there's very little break time in basketball, where they actually have more of a one semester sport and a little more normalcy. So they're probably trying to maintain that. But I think it's good. I think it'll be interesting to see 5 years from now how football feels about it. But I imagine after they've done it for a couple of years, it'll end up being viewed as positive. They still have a big, signing period in the spring, but this way you get, half your work done up front, and there's probably not as much pressure on just a one-day, situation come springtime.
Eric, what's been the mood like around the team after the Cincinnati loss and coming back and winning a game right after?
I would just say the guys were hungry, me and the guys, and we were just ready to learn from it and move on and get ready for the next game.
As a team, you guys have played much better defensively through the first handful of games this year in comparison to last year. What do you think are some of the reasons for that?
Just taking pride in it and understanding that you can't win ball games without doing your part on the defensive end.
Was that something that changed from last year to this year as far as understanding that or buying into it?
That's the key thing. It was just everybody buying into it, because at the end of the day, we need all 5 guys, not just one, to buy in.
Has the dynamic or the system there changed with Nick and Abdul in the ball now?
Oh, what do you mean?
On defense, with the energy they bring.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Those guys bring energy. They bring passion. They're always talking on defense, so it's inspiring others to get out of their comfort zone and buy in and do the same as them.
Coach has mentioned in the past that he doesn't want y'all to be overly aggressive in going and getting blocks instead of playing your position where you're supposed to be. Is that kind of a tough balance to ride when you got guys coming in and getting blocked?
Yeah, it is very tough because a guy like me and Abdul that likes to block shots and stuff, sometimes we have to just let that one go by, just to be on the safe side because we can't afford to get in foul trouble or, put our team in a bad situation.
So how does he teach y'all to ride that balance? How does he teach y'all to block shots without sacrificing position?
Basically, he just taught us that, if you can go get it, make sure you get it, So the ones that we going to go block or whatever we need to do, be 100% into it, Don't hesitate or tiptoe around it. So.
Eric, what's to say about the character of the team to immediately bounce back for a win? You addressed it already kind of, but it's something maybe last year's team wasn't.
I would just say the team now is just so hungry for greatness that, you know, we can't let little things like that hold us back. So that's why we're just staying focused.